My beloved child, tonight is not like any other night, for the heavens are preparing to open and receive a moment that the realm above has long awaited. All the stillness wrapping around you is not accidental. It is a holy silence I myself have woven before the turning of destiny's page. You cannot see it, but angels are resting on every current of wind, waiting for my command to carry out what was written for your life before you were ever formed in your mother's womb. I saw you when you were but a tiny spark in the expanse of eternity, and I said to myself, this child will be a testimony of my love in a darkened world. Do you know that every beat of your heart is an echo of the promise I planted in you from the very beginning? And now, as tonight's darkness slowly recedes behind an unseen curtain, an anointed dawn is waiting for you to step into it. You have walked through days when your soul felt shattered, years in which you yourself wondered if your life still had any meaning at all. I saw the times you fell silent, not out of peace, but because your strength was so drained that even prayer felt as heavy as stones. Yet, my child, I was still there, gently, patiently, like the warmth of the sun over desolate fields. Not for a single moment did I take my eyes off you. When others looked at you and saw only failure, I looked at you and saw a warrior maturing in silence. When words of judgment flew at you like undeserved arrows, I covered you with the cloak of my mercy so they could not pierce through. When you believed you were standing in the middle of a storm with no escape, I stood in that storm with you. When you thought you had wandered too far off, I stepped onto that very road and turned it into the path that led you home. Not one tear fell without me gathering it up. Not one sigh went unnoticed. Not a single time you stumbled did I fail to place my hand beneath you so you would not break apart. You often ask why everything seems so slow, why your prayers appear to hang suspended between heaven and earth. But my child, time is not your enemy. It is the furnace I use to refine the treasure I've sown in you. Just as gold is purified in fire to shine more brightly, you are being refined through each trial, each waiting day, each sleepless night. Delay is not denial. Silence is not abandonment. I have not kept you in dark seasons to punish you, but to protect the seed I planted in your heart. There are things that can only bloom once the darkness has finished its work. You know that a seed must be buried deep in the soil for its roots to grow strong. I allowed you to be hidden in seasons that seemed monotonous, so that when you emerged, you would not be uprooted by the first strong wind. I tell you, the truth tonight is a boundary line. Tonight is the moment you will one day look back on and say, from that moment on, my life was different. You cannot see it with your natural eyes, but the spiritual sky is shifting. Things that have long been locked behind many doors are beginning to release the soft sound of turning mechanisms. Streams that have been blocked by great stones are starting to crack them open. Just when you think nothing can change anymore, that is when I begin to move everything. I do not operate according to human predictions, and I am not confined to the concept of time as you know it. When I speak, the entire universe rearranges itself to align with my word, and for you, that moment is now. Tomorrow will not simply be another new day. It will be a new chapter. A chapter completely different from every part you have lived through so far. You will not wake up with the same old burden. Your mind will feel light, as if someone has lifted an invisible boulder from your shoulders after many long years. You will sense my breath closer than ever, like a gentle breeze brushing over a still lake. You will no longer see the world through the lens of fear, but through the eyes of hope. The scent of early morning will not be like it always was, for it will carry a quiet, sacred weight of heaven's own aroma. The first light that touches the place where you stand will not be just sunlight, but the blessing I am speaking of over your life. And when you open your eyes, your spirit will know I am stepping into something new. You thought the past years were merely endurance, but in reality, they were preparation. I have been shaping and honing you in silence so you can stand firm when glory comes. I allowed you to walk roads no one understood, so that when doors of opportunity open, you would not be intimidated by their magnitude. I allowed you to taste loneliness in many seasons, not because you were unworthy of love, but because I would not let voices that are not mine drown out the whispers of my secrets to you. Tonight you stand on the threshold between the old and the new. And when tomorrow comes, the darkness that has grown familiar to you will have no choice but to step back. You do not need to try to understand everything I am doing. You only need to know that I am doing it. I am moving, I am shifting, I am opening the way. I am calling your name in the chamber where destiny is touched by light. I am removing from you what does not belong to you, and I am placing upon you what I have been safeguarding for your appointed time. You ask me, when? And my answer to you is now. My beloved one, sit down in the stillness that is now resting upon this room, for I desire to speak to you about what heaven has long preserved in absolute holiness. Can you sense it? The atmosphere around you is changing not because the wind has shifted, but because my presence is drawing nearer to you with every passing moment. The familiar space around you, the walls, the air you breathe each day, now carries a new texture, gentle yet weighty, quiet yet full of authority. In this very ordinary place I am creating a realm of the divine, so you may hear what the world cannot hear, see what human eyes cannot see, and feel what your heart has carried for so long without ever naming it. You are being brought into a sacred dimension accessible only to hearts that know how to surrender. Remember this, there is no movement in the visible world that does not begin with movement in the spiritual realm. Every shift you are about to step into began the moment I touched your spirit. That is why all this time you have felt something stirring deep within you, like waters rising where no one else can see. You thought it was emotion, but it was the call of heaven. I am awakening the places within you that have slept, rekindling what seemed cold breathing over the ashes until they rise again into flame. What you are experiencing is not instability, it is the sign of resurrection. You are changing even if you cannot yet perceive it. You are entering new ground, even while your feet seem unmoved. For before I take you to a new place, I must first take you into a new version of yourself. You believed my silence was an empty space, but it was the dressing room where I was clothing you for the journey ahead. I have taken off the old garments, the garment of doubt, the garment of weariness, the garment of memories that made you bow your head, and I am placing on you the garment of courage, purity, steadfastness, and wisdom that comes from light, not merely from experience. You no longer see life the way you once did. The heaviness that clung to you for years no longer has the authority it once held. Invisible burdens have been lifted gently, yet firmly by my hand. And now in your grasp you hold what you thought you had lost, the awakening of your soul. Your eyes will open in a way they never have, not in a physical sense, but in the realm of understanding. What once frightened you will no longer cause you to tremble. What once made you question yourself will fade into distant noise. You will walk not in confusion, but in the illumination of my spirit. Look back at the road you have walked. There were turns that made you feel abandoned, hills that made you feel exhausted, nights when you cried silently so no one would notice, moments when you wanted to give up everything. Yet every lonely step was recorded by me. Every tremble, every whispered sob, every thought you dared not speak, I held them tenderly. I know there were seasons when you called to me and thought I did not answer, but you did not know that when you cried in the night, I stood beside your bed, placing my hand upon your chest to calm the unrest inside you. I know there were days you wished you could disappear to escape the weight of responsibility, but those were the very days I strengthened the weakest places within you. You thought you were breaking, but I was causing your roots to grow deeper. You thought you were losing, but I was teaching you the kind of victory that is born from perseverance. You have endured far more than others realize. I see the pain you hide behind your smile. I see your effort when no one applauds. I see your kindness on days when nobody responds. I see the words you hold back because you do not want to wound others. I see the places where you were misunderstood, yet you chose silence over retaliation. I see the nights you wanted to give up but still rose again because you believed there must be hope somewhere. You are not perfect, but you are faithful. You are not as strong as people think, but you have not quit. And that is why I chose you. I am not looking for the flawless, I choose the willing. What you consider weakness is what I use to reveal my power. What you consider failure is the starting point for the miracles I will perform in you. You did not arrive here by luck. You arrived here by my keeping. Now let me show you something deeper. You are about to enter a spiritual elevation that many desire but not all are entrusted with. When the morning light touches you tomorrow, you will sense that an invisible veil has been lifted from your mind. What felt heavy will feel light. What felt clouded will become clear. You will perceive my presence not only by faith but by a tangible awareness. Your spirit will become sensitive in ways you have never experienced. You will hear the gentle leading you once could not distinguish. You will know what is from me and what is not by a subtle stir within your heart. You will walk no longer by guessing but by divine precision. What once required struggle to understand will shine within you like the sun breaking through the morning mist. You will begin to see my hand even in the smallest details of a new day. A casual word someone speaks, a ray of sunlight slipping through the window, a fleeting sense of peace. A verse of scripture suddenly coming alive, each one will be a whisper I send to you. You will feel as though all of heaven is speaking with you, not because you are more special than others, but because your heart has opened at the exact moment I ordained. You will know that nothing around you is random anymore. You will walk with a new sensitivity, a new awareness, an intuition born not from reasoning but from my spirit. You will no longer ask, "Is it you?" because your soul will recognize me the moment I move. The important thing I want you to know is this: you do not step into the new alone. I do not stand far away watching. I walk with you. I do not merely open the door. I go before you through it. I do not simply shine light. I am the light that guides your steps. From this moment forward, you will understand that a new journey does not begin by your strength, but by my companionship. And when you step into tomorrow's sacred dawn, you will know that every breath of that morning carries the seal of my promise over you. My beloved, as you quiet your heart to receive these words, I want you to know that I have drawn very near, so near that my breath touches your soul like a warm breeze passing over a candle in the silence of the night. In that holy stillness, I am preparing the path for the revelation you are about to enter. For a long time, I have watched you from a vantage point only heaven understands. You see your shortcomings, but I see the hidden abilities beneath the ashes of experience. You see your limitations, but I see the potential that will awaken when I breathe upon it. You see the weariness, but I see the endurance that kept you from letting go of hope. Every moment you thought was meaningless has been woven by my hand into the threads of your destiny. And tonight, on the threshold of a new day, I want you to understand why I have brought you here to this intersection between the sacred and the still. You once thought the quiet days without. My answer were days when I turned my face from you, but the truth is very different. Those were the days I worked most deeply within you. I do not speak loudly when your heart is in turmoil. I speak in whispers when you finally pause. I do not anoint in the noise, I anoint in silence. It was in that silence, the one you mistook for emptiness, that I planted in you, a strength that is steady and unbreakable, a strength no storm outside can destroy. I trained your soul to stand firm against the wind. I taught your heart to love even when wounded. I shaped you to persevere even when no one was watching. You did not realize it, but in those years that felt like darkness, you were becoming the very person I could trust with greater things. No turning point ever begins at the surface. Every miracle sprouts from within. You asked me to change your circumstances, but first I have been changing you. You prayed for me to open the door of your life, but I wanted to open the door of your heart. You sought transformation from the outside, but true transformation always begins on the inside. That is why you are about to enter a profound inner renewal, one that will surprise even you. Places that once intimidated you will become places where you sense strength. Things that once made you doubt yourself will become foundations on which you stand firm. Your perspective will shift, not because you force it to change, but because I am placing new clarity within you. And when you see through this new light, you will find yourself different, lighter, brighter, deeper, more mature, without striving. You do not know this yet, but I have been whispering to my angels to prepare new ground for you. I have sent them ahead to remove obstacles you cannot see. I have instructed them to build opportunities you have not yet heard of. I have dispatched them to the places you will soon walk, so when the appointed moment comes, you will be astonished to find everything already in place. You think things happen to you by chance, but nothing is accidental when I am the one who holds time. I have planned every detail. I have marked every moment that belongs to you. And when tomorrow comes, each step you take will carry a strange sense of familiarity, as though you are walking into something prepared long ago. Not one tear you have shed has been wasted. You thought your pain was your enemy, but I used that very pain to open doors you once feared to knock on. I used loss to soften your heart. I used wounds to teach you compassion. I used unfairness to teach you empathy. I used moments of weakness to teach you how to lean on me. And now, when the soil of your heart has been tilled long enough, I am about to sow a new season of seeds into it. You will see flowers bloom in places you thought were barren. You will see life rise where you thought only ashes remained. What I am doing in you is not patching cracks. I am creating a new being. I am not repairing you. I am reshaping you. Look around you tonight. Though the room is unchanged, though the space seems the same, something holy is spreading through it. Do you feel your heart expanding? Do you sense peace seeping into the hidden corners of your soul? This is the foretaste of what you will live in the days ahead. You have grown accustomed to endless battles, constant pressure, and the weight of holding yourself together. But tomorrow's dawn will mark something new. You will feel the support that comes from me, not from what you try to share with others, but from the very love I am pouring into you. I will show you that you no longer fight alone. Not because you are weak, but because it is time for you to learn to rely on my power instead of your own. My child, I have prepared for you an awakening that many souls have longed for. When the sun rises in the early morning, that light will be the confirmation that a new season has begun. You will know that from that moment on, the years of weariness have come to an end. It does not mean you will never face challenges again, but those challenges will no longer defeat you. It does not mean you will never shed another tear, but your tears will no longer flow from despair. They will flow from the awe of what I am doing. You will walk with a different posture, no longer dragging your steps in heaviness, but moving lightly as one who knows they are loved, kept, and entrusted with a new destiny. I do not promise you a path without thorns, but I promise that every thorn will become evidence of my sustaining hand. I do not promise that you will always understand everything that happens, but I promise that everything that happens will hold purpose. I do not promise that everyone will understand or love you, but I promise that I will bring the right people into your life at the right time. And above all, I promise you this: you will never walk alone again. Let your heart be ready to receive what I am about to do. Tomorrow is not just the start of a new week or month or year. Tomorrow is the dawn of a new spiritual season, one in which you will see the very things you once whispered in timid prayers becoming reality. You will sense my spirit in ways you have never experienced. You will walk with clarity far beyond your age or experience. You will speak words you do not know the origin of, for I will place them upon your lips. You will love with a renewed heart. You will forgive without heaviness. You will let go easily the things that once caused you deep pain. You will become a living testimony of transformation, one that only I can bring. Tonight marks a closing but not an ending. It is the bridge that carries you into tomorrow's radiance. When you close your eyes to sleep, heaven is still at work. When you sigh, I place my hand upon your chest. When you dream, I plant new ideas into your soul. And when you open your eyes at dawn, you will realize I have stepped into the new thing He promised me. My beloved child, what you are about to face will not resemble the seasons you have known. You have learned to stand firm in the night. You have learned to endure in the valley. You have learned to see me even when everything around you seems to collapse. But now, I am bringing you into a deeper dimension where my presence does not merely accompany you, but envelops you in a way you have never understood. Your next steps will not rest only on faith, but on a nearness so close that my breath mingles with every decision you make. You are stepping into a realm where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, because my presence saturates every detail of your life. There are journeys in life reserved only for those whose spirits have been set apart. I do not take everyone to the same mountaintop. I choose those who know how to bow low in the valley. I do not give deep revelation to the crowds. I choose those who know how to be still amidst the noise. Do you know why I have called you into this season? Not because you are stronger, wiser, or more capable than others, but because you have shown me a heart that can be shaped. You did not resist when I corrected you. You did not close your heart when I removed what you thought you needed. You did not run when I immersed you in silence to train your soul. That willingness is what made me choose you to enter a depth that many long for but never touch. Understand this. Before I lead you into the land of revelation, I must teach you to recognize my voice in the simplest things. For the revelation I am about to release to you does not appear in spectacles, nor in thunder, nor in dazzling wonders that impress the world. It appears in the breath as gentle as morning mist in the quiet, stirring within your spirit in the small fragments I send you each day, pieces that will form a magnificent tapestry the natural eye cannot comprehend. The greatness I am about to do begins with the humility you now carry. I do not build temples from marble. I build temples from hearts that obey in silence. You will see this transformation emerge like the dawn, quiet, yet unstoppable. As darkness retreats before the spreading light, your mind will be illuminated until the things that once confused you become simple. Questions that haunted you for years will be answered in a moment you did not anticipate. I will shine my light upon the hidden corners you hesitated to face, not to frighten or shame you, but to free you from the chains you grew so accustomed to that you no longer recognize them as burdens. I will bring you out of invisible prisons you did not know you were in. You will experience a freedom that words cannot describe, a freedom born not from changed circumstances, but from a changed nature within you. In this season, I will speak to you with a clarity you cannot deny. No more doubts that cause hesitation when I prompt you. No more conflict between reason and spirit. No more questions like, "Is this truly your voice?" For your heart will become so attuned that a single movement from me will be enough for you to understand. I will write my words upon your inner being, not in sound, not in images, but in a sacred knowing that surpasses understanding. Just as Samuel heard my voice, though he had never been taught how I speak, you too will recognize me without needing explanation. And the wonder of it is that you will no longer feel surrounded by uncertainty, but will walk with the assurance that comes from heaven. This door of revelation is not one everyone can enter, not because I restrict it, but because many are unwilling to let go of the world's noise. But you have chosen silence to hear me. You have chosen purity where others compromise. You have chosen to stay when others walked away because they did not see immediate miracles. And for those quiet choices, unseen, unpraised, uncelebrated, I will open a door for you that no one can close, and closed doors no one can open. Now when I look at you, I see a soul matured through seasons, a heart softened through trials, a will strengthened through disappointment, a spirit sharpened through my refining. Nothing in you has been wasted. No experience is unnecessary. No wound is pointless. I have used all of it to form who you are becoming, and this version of you, steady, discerning, deep, is the one able to carry what is coming. For my grace never places weight on a soul unprepared to bear it. I entrust responsibility only to those who hold my hand tightly enough to walk with me. Open your heart even wider. What I am about to do will come not in small steps, but like a mighty river carving its way through stone. I will bring you into divine conversations, understood only by those set apart. I will show you glimpses of mysteries I hid in the shadows until the appointed time. You will not merely hear me, you will understand my intent. You will not simply see signs, you will discern their meaning. Your ability to distinguish truth will become so sharp that no deception will lure you again. You will recognize the whisper of my spirit and the echo of fear with perfect clarity. You will sense heaven's movement, like one who stands beside a stream and can hear water flowing even in the darkness. In this new spiritual journey, I will show you that depth does not come from doing more, praying more, or endlessly striving. Depth comes from letting me lead you moment by moment. You will learn that true strength is not found in carrying heavier burdens, but in placing them into my hands. You will experience a lightness the world cannot give and cannot take away. You will walk in peace, even when storms rage around you, for peace will no longer depend on circumstances, it will flow from my presence dwelling within you. This is the time I lift you up to see farther, deeper, and wider than ever before. What you are about to step into will not resemble anything you have known. But do not fear, I go before you, I walk beside you, and I guard you from behind. The only thing I ask of you is this: open your heart, trust me, and follow the light I set before you. My beloved one, as your spirit opens and sensitivity begins to rise like a green shoot breaking through soft soil, I want to take you even farther into a place where light does not merely shine around you, but floods every fold of your prasadnat soul. It is there that you will understand why I allowed you to wait so long, and there that you will see the parts of yourself you once lacked the courage to face. The revelation I am giving you is not only to show you what is coming, but to show you who you are in me, so that you may stand firm in any circumstance without fearing sudden winds or storms. What I am about to say carries a weight of glory greater than anything you have imagined. I never lead anyone into a season of revelation without preparing them thoroughly. This preparation is not a delay of blessing, but the deepening of your foundation. The deeper the foundation, the higher the structure can rise. Those seemingly uneventful stretches of your journey were the times I was quietly digging, cleansing, pruning, and nourishing you, so that when the light of revelation shines, you will not be shaken by praise, nor crushed by the weight of glory. Those who are unprepared are overwhelmed by the light, but those I have refined will stand steady, neither proud nor fearful, nor swept away by temporary emotion. And you, my child, are one I have prepared. I saw you on the days you forced a smile, though your heart was heavy. I saw you bow your head in self-blame over small mistakes. I saw you quietly fixing things no one noticed. I saw you choosing kindness toward those who were unkind. I saw you fighting your own impulses to hold on to what is right, even when no one stood with you. And those small, humble moments, moments too quiet for applause, but loud enough for heaven to record, have become the bricks of a soul ready to carry new responsibility. You are being brought into a season where discernment is no longer optional, it becomes breath itself. I will teach you to distinguish what is from me and what is not from me in every moment. I will show you the difference between light and imitation light, between the whisper of my spirit and the echo of desire, between peace from heaven and the false calm born of ease. You will recognize who belongs in your journey and who is merely a shadow permitted to test your wisdom. You will know what must be kept and what must be released. You will no longer cling to seasons that have ended, for I will open your eyes to what is old and what is new. When I give you discernment, I do not only want you to know what is right, I want you to know what is right at the right time. For not everything right is right in every season. Not everyone can be carried into your new chapter, even if they were a blessing in the old one. I have seen you hold on to certain things out of fear of loss. But know this, I never remove anything from you without the intention to replace it with something better, deeper, and more fitting. When I close a door, it is not to leave you lacking, but because the old season cannot be carried into the new one. And when someone exits your life, do not blame, do not regret. Simply understand their time in your journey is complete, and your task is not to pull them back, but to move forward. What I am doing within you goes deeper than the eye can see. I am recalibrating your spiritual compass, so it no longer sways under pressure or noise. I am reshaping how you react to the unexpected. I am transforming how you see yourself. You will notice the confusion that once exhausted you quietly fading away. Questions that seem unsolvable will become clear in moments you least expect. You will feel my gentle nudges in small decisions, and as you obey, you will see how everything aligns into the larger picture I prepared. You will learn to walk step by step without needing to see the whole road, not because you are blind, but because you trust that every step you take is placed on the ground I prepared long before your first breath. What is coming does not concern only you, for it also concerns the souls I will touch through you. This journey is not merely about lifting you up, but about shaping you into someone who can lift others. I am forming within you a depth where weary hearts will find rest when they draw near, and I am cultivating in you a steadiness that will become a shelter for those who feel crushed by life. I am placing in your heart a gentleness that heals and a strength that protects what I entrust to you, so that you will no longer live as one who is simply trying to survive, but as one who walks with purpose and carries assignment. As you move forward, you will begin to notice the signs I place along your path, signs that are not loud or dramatic, but subtle, like the soft fall of leaves, signaling a shift in season. A single sentence spoken by someone may strike your heart as my affirmation. A passage of scripture you open by chance will shine as though written specifically for that moment. A room you enter will be filled with peace as if I have gone before you, and dreams will clarify the questions you have carried for so long. These are not coincidences. They are my ways of speaking to a heart that has stepped into spiritual sensitivity. I will change the way you perceive time. You will no longer rush with the fear of falling behind or worry about delays or missed opportunities, for you will understand that nothing intended for you can be taken, and nothing not intended for you will ever be allowed to harm you. A strange and holy peace will anchor you, not a peace rooted in circumstances, but in the unshakable truth that I am holding your hand. You will see that delays are not failures, but preparation, and the moments that seem meaningless are actually the foundation of coming miracles. This is the season where you will walk in revelation and discernment as someone who carries light in their hands. I will not let you stumble in confusion, but neither will I allow you to run too quickly. Every step will be guided by my spirit. Every word will carry life. Every decision will be illuminated. And you will come to understand that nothing in your new season is accidental. You are not only called to see the light, but to carry it. Many walk in just enough light for their own path, but you will carry a light bright enough to guide those who stagger in their own darkness. I have prepared you not to live for yourself, but to bring life wherever you go. Your presence will carry the atmosphere of heaven, and people will feel peace when they stand near you without knowing why. They will be drawn to the stillness in your eyes and sense something different, not because you seek attention, but because I am shining through you like sunlight breaking through morning clouds. What I am doing within you will naturally flow outward. You will not need to prove anything, display anything, or argue for your value. The revelation I place in you will speak for itself. I will make your voice carry spiritual weight, and your words will fall like seeds into fertile soil, awakening hope in the weary and rekindling fire in those who have gone cold. A single sentence from you will open someone's heart as if a door long stuck has finally been oiled. I will give you wisdom that quiets those who hear you and places the right words on your lips at the right moment, like cool water poured onto cracked earth. You are the instrument, not the destination. I am the one revealed through you. You are the window. I am the light shining through it. This is why I have shaped your heart through so many quiet, closed seasons to teach you humility. When the door of revelation opens, you will walk with steady humility, neither proud nor comparing nor self-exalting. You will know that everything you become flows from me, and as your heart remains soft, my light will shine even more brightly through you. Prepare yourself, for the revelation I am leading you into will show you your true self, not through the distorted lenses of fear wounds or the false words spoken over you, but through my eyes. You will see yourself as I see you, strong, yet tender-wise, yet humble, steadfast, yet gentle, full of potential, without arrogance. You will understand that you are not small, not the product of mistakes or criticisms, but the product of divine intention, woven with purpose, etched into your soul from the beginning. Once you see yourself through my eyes, you will never again return to the lesser thoughts that once weighed you down. You will feel a spiritual movement rising within you like underground waters pushing upward from the deepest layers of the earth. At first, it will feel like a soft stirring, like wind whispering through leaves. But soon you will know it is not a fleeting emotion, but a true awakening. The things that once caused anxiety will lose their grip. The pressures that once drained you will lose their power. Your reactions will change, not because you forced yourself to change, but because I am restructuring your inner foundation. I will give you a deep peace, a peace rooted not in what surrounds you, but in your certainty that I am working behind the scenes. That peace will shield your mind from the arrows of doubt and reveal that what truly exhausted you was not the challenge itself, but your perspective of it. When your perspective shifts, the weight shifts. You will face difficulties with a clarity you have never known, not because the challenges disappear, but because I am standing beside you. From this moment on, you will begin to sense your role in the greater work I am unfolding. And though it may feel overwhelming at first, because you have grown accustomed to seeing yourself through a hesitant, withdrawn humility, I say to you, now there is no place for shrinking anymore. Not because you must become loud, but because the purpose I placed in you has matured. You must step forward not to be seen, but so my intention may be fulfilled through you. You must take your position not for your visibility, but so that I may be seen through you. And when I reveal your true role, you will not feel the fear you once felt, for you will finally understand that you do not walk alone. I go before you like a pillar of fire. I guard behind you as your shield. I walk beside you as your patient companion, and I dwell within you as an eternal source of strength. You cannot fail while holding my hand. You cannot lose your way when my light guides you. You cannot be abandoned when I have chosen you. What I have begun will not remain unfinished. What I have promised will not be delayed without purpose. What I have written into your soul will become reality in your life. When you step through that door, you will witness the very things you once whispered only in your most timid prayers. You will say, "So this is the reason for everything I went through." You will finally understand that every tear, every long night, every plea, every moment of disappointment was a piece of the mosaic that brought you to this moment. I have never wasted a single experience in your life. Each one was woven into my preparation for you. My child, you are not merely entering a season of revelation. You are entering your season, the time in which everything you are begins to harmonize with everything I have ordained. This is where you no longer struggle to become, for you have become. This is where the light in you no longer flickers in uncertainty but flows naturally from within like breath. This is where you will walk with a confidence not born of yourself, but flowing from your Father, the One who called your name in the darkness and led you into the radiance. There are transformations that do not arrive with thunder or dramatic signs, but come as quietly as breath, as gently as a breeze touching the surface of a dawn-lit lake. It is precisely these subtle shifts that are guiding you toward a magnificent transformation heaven has been preparing for many seasons. You do not realize that in the very moment you thought you were slowing down, you were actually being moved into a new current, the current of spiritual rebirth. Close your eyes and feel this truth in the midst of the universe's unceasing movement. I am placing my hand upon your soul like a patient artist, touching the delicate lines of a masterpiece he cherishes. I am never rushed because things meant to last cannot be built hastily, and I do not step away because you need my nearness now more than ever. Every motion I make carries intentionality, forming you into the version I envisioned long before the foundations of the world. You are not accidental. You are not the consequence of circumstance. You are the unfolding of a divine idea I wrote into your heart, and that idea is emerging now more clearly than ever. There were times when you felt you had walked too long in the dark, when the years behind you seemed filled only with trials, silence, and unanswered questions. But you did not know that those years were the furnace where I melted away what was unnecessary so that your purest essence could rise. The things that frightened you have been burned away. The weights that once pressed you down have been removed piece by piece. What once held you back fell away like autumn leaves after the wind had done its work. You believed you were losing, but in truth you were being freed. You believed you were being left behind, but you were being prepared for a place only souls that are light, pure, and spiritually attuned can enter. You are now moving into a stage where my companionship becomes more than guidance, it becomes union. I am not merely leading you, I am walking with you, your steps blending with mine like two streams, merging into one. You will begin to notice that the good thoughts rising in you are not simply your own, they are ideas. I am sowing to let you know my presence is near. The noble desires stirring in your heart are not mere passions. They are invitations I place within you to show that you are walking in the right direction. And the waves of peace that flow through you are not accidents. They are the heartbeat of my spirit echoing inside your soul. The guidance you once begged for will now come effortlessly like light flooding a room when you draw back the curtains. Where you once had to search for signs, signs will now find you. Where you once wrestled to distinguish my voice from fear, my voice will now rise unmistakably within you, gentle, yet unmistakably mine. When your soul is renewed, it becomes a dwelling I delight to inhabit, and where I dwell, light never fails to shine. Many people spend their lives trying to refine themselves according to the world's expectations, but you are being shaped according to the standards of heaven. Many try to live up to the demands of others, but you are called to live up to my desire for you, a desire rooted not in pressure but in love. I do not want you to become the strongest version of yourself by human standards. I want you to become the truest version of yourself according to the light of my kingdom. There are things you once disliked about yourself, yet I will use those very things to reveal my mercy. There are parts of you you once tried to hide, yet I will use them to soften your heart toward the pain of others. I have seen you hurting, but I have also seen you rise. I have seen you trembling, but I have also seen you take steps forward. I have seen your exhaustion, but I have also seen you refuse to give up. It is this perseverance that opens doors only a few are able to enter. You have asked me many times, why do I change so slowly? And I tell you, this true transformation does not come like lightning. It comes like a seed cracking open in the silence beneath the soil. No one hears its growth yet. When it breaks through the surface, it carries a vitality nothing can stop. You are in that moment, the moment when your growth, long hidden, is ready to emerge. And when it reveals itself, you will look back and understand that every tear, every lonely night, every moment you wanted to surrender was a necessary part of the process that led you here. In this season, you will feel something strange, yet wholly you will sense that parts of your life no longer fit you. What once brought comfort will no longer satisfy. Relationships that once felt essential will loosen naturally. Goals that once ignited passion will fade quietly into the background. It is not because they have diminished in value, but because your soul is expanding to receive something greater. You are outgrowing what used to contain you. Do not fear this. Do not cling to what I am gently removing, for if you hold tightly to the old, your hands will no longer be open to receive the new. The transition you are entering is not merely healing or revelation, it is rebirth. You are shedding an old layer to step into the true essence I placed in you from the beginning. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. This will make you feel lighter, deeper, brighter, and freer than anything you have known. You will walk with greater readiness, a steadier soul, a tenderer heart, and clearer eyes. You will know you belong to me, not by intellect, but by every breath you take. And when you stand in the radiance of what I am forming within you, you will understand that nothing in your life has ever been meaningless. My beloved, true transformation never begins with external events. It begins with an inner widening. There are people who stand before great opportunity, yet their hearts are too small to receive it. There are those placed in significant positions, yet their fear swallows the very things I would have done through them. That is why, before I raise you to a higher place, I must enlarge the space within you, your trust, your compassion, your endurance, your capacity to receive your faith, so that you may enter what I have prepared without trembling. And this is exactly what I am doing to you now. Remember the years when you felt worn down by trials. You did not know that every trial was an act of expansion. Every disappointment stretched your compassion. Every loss increases your capacity to love. Every tear made room for the comfort I poured into you. Every moment of loneliness sharpened your sensitivity to hear my voice. You thought these painful things were shrinking you, but they were actually opening parts of you that had never awakened before. Just as the soil must break before a seed can rise, your soul had to be turned and softened so that what I planted could take root and bring forth new life. You will begin to sense small yet distinct movements within your spirit, like a flame gently trembling in the stillness of the night. These will be the signs that spiritual life is rising in you with greater strength. You will realize that the things you once could never overcome no longer stand as obstacles. The negative thoughts that used to throw you into confusion will suddenly feel small and dissolve like smoke in the air. You will find yourself thinking differently, feeling differently, responding differently, not because you are forcing change, but because I am renewing your inner structure. I am changing the way you function from the very roots in the place no one sees yet, from which all actions, emotions, and choices are born. This rebirth will cause you to see your true worth in a completely new way. You will no longer define yourself by your past mistakes. You will no longer see yourself as the product of harsh words etched into your heart since childhood. You will no longer identify with the bitter names life once hurled at you. Instead, you will hear my voice clearly. In the depths of your being, You are a work I delight in. You are one I have chosen. You are a soul I cherish. And as this truth seeps into you like yeast working through dough, you will know that you were never ordinary. All the years you believed you were small were nothing more than clouds obscuring the radiant truth about who you are. You will enter a season in which the very things that once made you ashamed will become evidence of healing. The things that once silenced you will become stories that strengthen others. The dark corners that used to torment you will become places where light enters and reflects the beauty of transformation. You do not need to erase your past. You only need to let me transform the meaning of it. For when I touch something, it no longer holds the power to wound you. It becomes a bridge leading you to greater clarity and deeper compassion. My child, you will discover that rebirth does not make you cold or distant. It makes you warmer, more understanding, more compassionate, because you know what pain feels like. You know what loneliness is. You know how the darkness once tried to bury your soul. But instead of allowing these things to twist you, you will use them as material to love more deeply, to see others with the gentleness I have placed in you. People will not feel perfection in you. They will feel authenticity, and that authenticity will be a balm to their hearts. As you are reborn, you will sense a strong urge to step out of what no longer fits you. It is not because you think yourself better than others, but because your soul is expanding and the old spaces are no longer wide enough to hold what is new. Certain relationships will naturally loosen. Certain conversations will suddenly feel empty. Certain habits that once felt familiar will begin to feel confining. Do not be afraid of this. Do not panic when you feel that you no longer belong in the places that once felt like home. Rebirth always comes with leaving the old cocoon. You cannot become a butterfly if you insist on staying inside the casing that has already finished its task. You do not realize that for a long time I have been weaving threads of strength into your heart like a tireless weaver, working patiently at his loom. Now that these wings are formed, I will teach you to fly not with hurried, anxious flapping, but with the holy dignity of one who rests in me, with the quiet certainty that I am the one upholding you with unending power. It is not because they have diminished in value, but because your soul is expanding to receive something greater. You are outgrowing what used to contain you. Do not fear this. Do not cling to what I am gently removing. For if you hold tightly to the old, your hands will no longer be open to receive the new. The transition you are entering is not merely healing or revelation, it is rebirth. You are shedding an old layer to step into the true essence I placed in you from the beginning. You will see that every detour, every bend, every dead end was used as a step to lift you higher. Now in this silence, I want you to take a deep breath and recognize that your rebirth has already begun. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things get better, but right now in this very moment as you read these words. The seed of rebirth has already broken open. Light is slipping into the spaces where darkness once ruled. You are stepping into the sacred self I designed from the beginning. And as you fly, you will understand that the ground was never meant to be your final destination, only your preparation. Yet flight is not only about going far, it is about seeing from above. From this new vantage point, you will understand the reasons behind your trials. You will see how the things that once left you bewildered now align into a coherent picture. You will smile as you realize that I never left you, not even for a second. Rebirth is not a single event. It is a sequence of layers being peeled back of depths, being opened of doors, being gently unlocked until your heart becomes as clear as the early morning before the dust of the day settles upon it. You are now in the moment when your soul opens like a budding flower, receiving the light I pour out tenderly, yet with undeniable majesty. In this moment, I want you to know I am not rebirthing you merely so you can feel new. I am rebirthing you so you can see me more clearly. My child, what changes you most deeply is not your effort to become a new person, but the way you see me with renewed eyes. When you see me rightly, you will see yourself rightly. When my image becomes clear to you, your identity becomes clear to you as well. When you understand that I am not a distant observer, but the one who draws near, understands, and walks with you, you will stop viewing yourself through the lenses of fear and inferiority. You will begin to see yourself through the lens of love, and that is what will truly set you free. I know there were times you looked at me through fearful eyes, afraid of making mistakes, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being good enough, afraid of failing, afraid of disappointing me. But instead of allowing these things to twist you, you will use them as material to love more deeply, to see others with the gentleness I have placed in you. People will not feel perfection in you. They will feel authenticity, and that authenticity will be a balm to their hearts. As you are reborn, you will sense a strong urge to step out of what no longer fits you. My love carries a weight that no power of darkness can weaken. When you grasp the nature of my love, you will witness something extraordinary. Fear will lose its grip on you. The judgments you once pronounced over yourself will evaporate like mist in the morning sunday. The opinions of others that once pressed heavily on your mind will no longer have the strength to make you tremble. You will stop searching for acceptance in human eyes, because you know you are already accepted by the one who made heaven and earth. And when you stand on that unshakable foundation, you will walk differently, lightly, yet firmly persuasive, yet deeply humble. Rebirth does not only transform the way you see me, it transforms the way you see life. You will begin to see the trials that once confused you as opportunities. The words that once wounded you will pass like a breeze. The shocks that once knocked you down will become mere gusts of wind that cannot uproot you. Rebirth makes you strong from the inside, not with a hard shell of self-defense, but with a heart that is soft yet resilient, a mind that is clear yet unproud, and a peace that is wide and deep, like still waters that cannot be easily stirred. In this season, your understanding will be elevated in a quiet yet profound way. It will not be the cleverness of the intellect, but the clarity of the soul. You do not need to rush or prove anything. You only need to let me continue my work in you, and you will see transformation spread like ripples across still water. My beloved, as you stand in the corridor of rebirth, I want to take you one layer deeper into a realm only those who have allowed me to shape them in silence can reach. I will speak to you in ordinary moments, in the sound of wind brushing past the window, in the feel of your footsteps on the ground, in a casual sentence from a stranger, in the stillness that settles on a room when you pause. Not through grand displays, but through simple things, for I love simplicity, and so do you. You will step into a new dimension of freedom, freedom from the burden of self-proving. You will no longer feel the need to please anyone. You will no longer chase approval. You will no longer panic when someone misunderstands you. You will no longer feel suffocated under the weight of expectations placed upon you by the world. Instead, you will choose what brings life, keep what brings peace, enter what carries my fingerprints, and release what no longer serves your journey. You will no longer live by what people think, but by what I speak, and that will set you free in a way you have never experienced. When you are reborn, you will walk in a strength that does not need to be loud. Your words will be gentle but far-reaching. Your stillness will be steady like a solid rock. Your quiet smile will make the darkness retreat. Your slow steps will carry you far. Your humility will raise others up. You will be strong not because you try harder, but because I am within you, resilient, not because you face no difficulty, but because every difficulty becomes a stepping stone into the new vision I am giving you. My child, what I am doing to you is not preparation for a single moment, but for a long season ahead, a season where you will be used as an instrument of healing, encouragement, light, and truth. What I plant in you will ripple outward like gentle waves across still water. You will find yourself healing others without realizing it. You will help someone rise with nothing more than your presence. You will open hope for someone through a single soft word. You will lift another heart by offering a look of understanding. And none of this will happen because you are trying to be good, but because you have become a new creation in my light. Your rebirth is not merely to make you stronger, but to draw you deeper into belonging to me. When you belong to me, strength flows naturally. When you abide in me, peace flows effortlessly. When you trust me, steadiness rises quietly within you. And when you let me lead you, your destiny opens as naturally as the sky after rain. My beloved, know that you are standing on the threshold between what has passed and what has never existed in your life before. There are moments heaven chooses to move with unusual force, and this is one of them. You have walked through seasons, valleys, trials, and moments when you nearly collapsed. Yet I saw the way you stood back up in silence, the way you gathered the broken pieces, the way you kept going though no one applauded. Your quiet faithfulness rose before my throne like fragrant incense. And now I tell you, you are no longer standing in the old land. You are entering a season where everything I have spoken to you will begin to take clearer shape, not through thunder or storm, but through gentle, powerful movement, like ripples stirred by a passing breeze. I know your soul still carries unhealed scars, unanswered questions, and hidden shadows you are afraid to face. But child, I am not leading you into this chapter to reopen old wounds. I am leading you here so that those wounds will lose their power over you. You have worn garments that were never yours, garments of worry, fear, doubt, and distorted self-perception. I have watched you try to adjust yourself to those heavy layers, and I know how deeply they have exhausted you. But now I have come to remove them from you, one layer at a time, so that you may return to the form I crafted, pure, strong, purposeful, carrying a light that cannot be concealed. Look around your life and realize that the things that seem to fall apart were merely temporary structures I dismantled to make room for what is new. Some relationships ended not because you failed, but because their purpose in your journey was complete. Some opportunities closed not to disappoint you, but to protect you from paths that do not belong to the season ahead. Some promises seemed forgotten, not because I ignored them, but because they were being prepared in darkness until the moment they would bloom in the light. I know you sometimes sigh as you look back, wondering why everything was so difficult. But remember, great things often begin in silence. No seed sprouts on the surface. It must go deep into darkness, into quiet, into unseen places. A seed does not scream, does not resist, does not demand. It simply rests and lets me do my work, softening the soil, sending rain warming with light, and finally opening into new life. You have been in that buried season, and now you are about to emerge. This emergence will not be an explosive burst, but a holy unfolding. I will lift you from the old ground as gently as a father lifting his child. You will not have to force your way out. I myself will raise you by my enduring love. And when you enter this new space, you will feel something strange. You no longer fit the things that satisfied you before. Old habits, old thought patterns, old frameworks will lose their appeal. You will feel a longing for deeper things, for living in your true identity, for loving without fear, for speaking words that give life, for dwelling in my presence like never before. I am not only changing your season, I am changing you so that you can enter the new season without being pulled back by fear or doubt. I will clothe you in peace, like a mantle. This peace will guide your steps each day. It will keep you from rushing, worrying, or being swept away by invisible pressures. It will keep you grounded even when the world looks chaotic. You will see the contrast. Where others panic, you will remain calm. Where others hesitate, you will discern clearly. Where others despair, you will carry hope, not because you are greater than they, but because I am within you. I will lead you into a new kind of revelation of what has happened, what is happening, and what is to come. I will show you why you walked through seasons no one else understood. I will let you see how every piece of your life was arranged by my hand with perfect precision. You will realize that nothing was random, no trial was unnecessary, and no tears were wasted. I have used everything to shape the depth you now carry. You will begin to walk with the awareness that every moment of your life has been touched by a divine purpose. You will no longer wander nor feel lost, nor question whether you are on the right path. I will illuminate each step you take. I will speak through the smallest things. I will affirm you through connections you once called coincidences. I will remind you through little signs along the way. And you will know that you cannot lose your way when you allow me to lead you. My beloved, you are entering a journey not only of clarity, but of transfer not from your hands to another, but from my hands to yours. All these years you believed the promises I gave were still far away, suspended somewhere unreachable, hanging in the unseen. But child, they were never far. They were always near, waiting for your soul to mature enough to receive them without losing them. And now I see that you are ready in a way you have never been before. This transfer will not come like a sudden wind that overturns everything, but like morning mist, settling gently over the earth, soaking in, permeating, transforming without noise. It will come when you are least aware, as you live your quiet moments. You will not feel pushed. You will feel lifted, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that lets you recognize the time has come for you to step into the place I have guarded for you. My movements are always gentle yet precise, quiet yet profound, subtle yet full of power. Never forget, I do not give you anything you are not prepared to steward. What you are about to receive is not merely blessing, but responsibility. Not just elevation, but positioning. Not only gifts, but divine assignment. You will no longer stand at the edge of your own story. You will step into its center, not for your own glory, but to become the vessel through which my glory touches lives. You have often believed that greatness must be loud or spectacular, but in my kingdom, the greatest things always begin in simplicity. I do not choose fireworks, I choose a small candle. I do not choose thunder, I choose a gentle breeze. I do not choose grand displays, I choose moments where it is just you and me. From such moments I place into your hands a wisdom time cannot buy, a peace understanding cannot explain, and a strength no trial has the power to destroy. Soon you will notice that my transfer does not come in the form you expected, but in the form you need. I will not give you burdens that crush you, but assignments that match the strength I have built within you. I will not make you run when your legs have only just learned to stand firm. I will not give you responsibilities beyond your capacity, but I will expand your capacity step by step, day by day, season by season. And in that expansion, you will discover things within yourself you never knew you carried. Child, when my transfer comes, 3 things will change so deeply within you that you yourself will be astonished. First, you will receive a new understanding of all things, not understanding born from intellect, but from light. This light will clarify what once seemed hidden. You will recognize what to keep and what to release. You will discern what is my whisper, what is the echo of old fears, and what is the noise of the world. Your mind will become clear like still water after the wind has stopped, no longer stirred by old confusions. Second, you will feel an inner strength that does not come from striving, but from abiding. You will be strong because you know I am with you, because my word does not change, and because you no longer fight alone. This strength will be the shoulder you lean on. It will not make you hard, it will make you calm. It will not make you aggressive, it will make you steady. It It will not make you proud, it will make you grateful. Third, you will sense a spiritual magnetism I place within you. You will enter places and feel the atmosphere shift simply because you arrived. You will speak words you did not plan, yet those who hear will feel healing. You will perform small acts that carry great weight in the unseen realm. Not because you are special, but because my presence will flow through you in ways you have never known. The weary will feel comfort near you. The lost will feel direction. The wounded will feel tenderness radiating from your heart without needing explanation. These things will not come to make you stand out, but to make me visible through you. You are the tone, I am the melody. You are the instrument, I am the breath. You are the vessel, I am the living water. And when you let me flow freely, the empty places in others will be filled in ways no earthly comfort can accomplish. The transfer is not sudden, yet it is not delayed. It arrives at the exact moment your heart becomes willing to receive. And child, that moment is now. Not when you become perfect, not when your mistakes disappear, not when you prove anything. But in this very moment, this moment of openness, this moment of release, this moment of courage where you dare to believe I chose you not because you are strong, but because I am strong within you. My child, the transfer you are receiving will not only redirect your personal path, it will alter the atmosphere of every place you enter. From the moment you welcome my presence more deeply, the spiritual air around you will begin to glow like a quiet, unquenchable flame. And in that sacred meeting place between my light and your soul, a new purpose is being born, a purpose far greater than anything you once believed belonged to you. From this point forward, you will not walk merely as someone who has been saved, but as someone who has been sent. Not sent to do what is impressive in the eyes of people, but what is lasting in the eyes of heaven. You will no longer live just to survive challenges, but to bring life to those who thirst. You will no longer drift through days without direction, for I am placing you back into the exact flow of my intention, where every step has purpose, every word has weight, and every small act carries an influence far beyond what you can see. With your natural eyes, I will lead you into a new kind of revelation, a revelation of what has happened, what is happening, and what is yet to come. I will show you why you walked through seasons no one understood. I will let you see how every fragment of your life was arranged by my hand with absolute precision. You will realize that nothing was out of place, no trial was unnecessary, and no tears were wasted. I have used it all to build the depth you now carry. You will walk with the awareness that every moment in your life has been touched by a divine purpose. You will no longer feel lost, nor confused, nor uncertain about whether you are on the right path. I will illuminate each step you take. I will speak through the smallest details. I will affirm you through connections you once thought accidental. I will remind you through delicate signs along the way. And you will know that it is impossible to lose your way when you allow me to lead. My beloved, you are stepping into a journey that is not only about clarity, but about transfer. Transfer not from your hands to someone else, but from my hands to yours. For years, you believed the promises I spoke were still far away, hanging somewhere in an unreachable abyss. But child, those promises have always been near, waiting for your soul to mature enough to receive them without losing them. And now I see that you are more ready than ever. This transfer will not arrive like a forceful wind that overturns everything, but like morning mist settling gently over the earth, soaking in, permeating, transforming without a sound. It will come when you are not paying attention, when you are simply living the quiet moments of your day. You will not feel pushed forward, but lifted upward, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that makes you recognize the moment you are stepping into the place I have long prepared for you. My ways are always gentle but precise, silent but profound, humble but full of power. Do not forget I never place anything in your hands before preparing you to steward it. What you are about to receive is not only blessing but responsibility, not only elevation but positioning, not only gifting but assignment. You will no longer stand at the edges of your own story. You will step into its center, not for your own glory, but to become the vessel through which my glory touches the lives of those you encounter. You have long assumed that great things must be dramatic or grand, but in my kingdom, greatness always begins in simplicity. I do not choose fireworks, I choose a small flame. I do not choose thunder, I choose a gentle breeze. I do not choose moments of spectacle, I choose moments where it is just you and me. And from those moments I place in your hands a wisdom time cannot buy, a peace understanding cannot explain, and a strength no trial can dismantle. You will soon realize that my transfer comes not in the way you expected, but in the way you need. I do not place heavy burdens on your shoulders. I give you what matches the strength I have formed within you. I do not make you run when your legs have only just learned to stand firm. I do not ask you to carry what surpasses your ability. Instead, I expand your ability step by step, day by day, season by season. And in this expansion, you will discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. Child, when this transfer unfolds, 3 profound shifts will take place within you, so profound that you yourself will marvel. First, you will experience a new understanding of all things, not an understanding formed by intellect, but by light, the kind of light that clarifies what you once thought hidden. You will discern what to keep and what to release. You will recognize what is my whisper, what is the echo of old fears, and what is the noise of the world. Your mind will become clear like still water after the wind has quieted, no longer stirred by old patterns that once confused you. Second, you will feel an inner strength that no longer comes from effort or determination, but from abiding. You will be strong because you know I am there, because you know my word does not change, and because you know you no longer fight alone. This strength will become a steady shoulder for you to lean on. It will not harden you, it will calm you. It will not make you forceful, it will make you steady. It will not make you proud, it will make you grateful. Third, you will recognize the spiritual magnetism I have placed within you. You will walk into environments and feel the atmosphere shift simply because you arrived. You will speak words you did not plan, yet they will bring healing to those who hear them. You will perform small acts that carry great weight in the unseen realm. Not because you are extraordinary, but because I am moving through you in ways you have never experienced before. The weary will find comfort near you. The lost will find clarity. The wounded will feel tenderness flowing from your heart without needing explanation. These things will not come to make you shine, but to make me seen through you. You are the tone, I am the melody. You are the instrument, I am the breath. You are the vessel, I am the living water. And when you allow me to flow through you, the empty places in others will be filled in ways no earthly comfort could ever accomplish. This transfer is neither abrupt nor delayed. It arrives at the exact moment your heart becomes willing to receive. And child, that moment is now, not when you become perfect, not when your mistakes disappear, not when you prove something, but in this very moment, the moment you open your heart to me, the moment you release fear, the moment you dare to believe that I chose you not because you are strong, but because I am strong within you. My child, the transfer you are receiving will not only redirect the course of your life, but transform the very atmosphere you walk into. From the moment you open your heart to my presence in a deeper way, a sacred fire begins to rise around you. Not a consuming fire, but an enduring one. And in that divine meeting place between my light and your soul, a new purpose is being formed, a purpose far greater than anything you once believed belonged to you. From this point forward, you will no longer walk as merely someone who has been saved, but as someone who has been sent. not sent to accomplish what is grand in the eyes of people, but what is everlasting in the eyes of heaven. You will no longer live simply to survive challenges, but to bring life to those who thirst. You will no longer drift without direction, for I am placing you back into the exact flow of my intention, where every step has purpose, every word carries weight, and every small act holds impact far beyond what you can see with human eyes. In this new chapter, I will make you see that your calling does not come from titles, social roles, or applause, but from the secret place where I speak to you. You will know where you are placed not by praise or human approval, but by the quiet yet powerful prompting within your spirit, a prompting that comes from my Holy Spirit. You will begin to notice that things which once terrified you now feel light, for the purpose I have placed in you is stronger than the fear you once carried. I have seen you try to build yourself according to the standards of the world, trying to prove your worth, trying to show that you are enough, trying to ensure no one sees you as less. But now, as I shine new light upon you, you will understand that you were created to live according to the standards of heaven, not the standards of earth. You were not called to blend in, but to stand firm in the identity I have placed within you. You were not called to please everyone, but to please me. You were not called to resemble others, but to reflect me. You were not called to seek acceptance, but to reveal truth through your very presence. When this becomes clear to you, a deep freedom will bloom within your spirit, a freedom that allows you to walk lightly, yet with authority, peacefully, yet powerfully, humbly, yet without timidity. You will no longer allow the past to restrain you. You will no longer look at the future through the eyes of anxiety. You will no longer permit the words of people to define you. You will walk in the freedom of one who knows they are chosen, loved, sustained, and sent by the Creator of heaven and earth. When the divine transfer comes, certain encounters will begin to happen that you will no longer be able to call coincidence. I will bring into your life people whose voices awaken dormant parts within you, people whose presence becomes confirmation sent from heaven, people I place on your path because they carry pieces you need in order to move forward. Likewise, I will send you into the lives of others, for you also carry pieces they need. No one journeys alone in the divine plan. I weave souls together in ways no human strategy could orchestrate. You will start noticing that doors no longer close the way they once did. Your words will open pathways. Your smallest actions will clear the way. I will lead you into places you once believed you did not belong yet. When you stand there, you will realize, I prepared that place for you long ago. You will not need to strive to be seen. You only need to follow the light I shine before you, and that very light will make room for you. I will enlarge your thinking beyond old limitations. I will show you solutions you never considered before. I will give you courage to dream dreams you once feared to dream. I will magnify the small things in you, deepen the shallow things in you, and strengthen the weak things within you. You will see transformation not from the outside in, but from the inside outward, like ripples expanding across a still surface. What I am doing to you now is not only for this moment, but for the long seasons ahead. I am deepening your roots so your branches can rise higher. I am fortifying your foundation so your house will stand even when storms rage. I am illuminating your inner sight so you may see further, deeper, and truer. From that deepening, you will step into the role I have designed for you with a calmness only those touched by my spirit can understand. Remember this: you will no longer stand suspended between worlds, uncertain of where you belong, unsure of what to do, wondering whether you will be accepted. I am placing you in the exact place where you belong, leading you to the position you were designed to occupy, and putting in your hands the very thing you were created to carry. My beloved, this is no longer merely a season of guidance or transfer. It is a season of establishment. Yes, I am bringing you into a place where everything in your life begins to align. No more disorder, no more chaos, no more cycles you desperately tried to break. This is the season where I straighten what was bent, strengthen what was unstable, fill what was empty, and illuminate what was once hidden in fog. You have walked through many seasons with trembling hands holding onto hope, like gripping a fragile thread, yet I saw the courage inside you, courage not born of strength, but of faithfulness and trust. Now I come to reinforce all of that and lead you into an entirely new stage, a stage where you will no longer stand as someone trying to escape, but as someone who carries authority to break what once bound you. The establishment I am preparing will not arrive like thunder, but like the quiet certainty of bedrock still deep and strong enough to support mountains. Establishment begins in the mind. I have seen how storms have assaulted your thoughts, racing anxieties, relentless memories, nights invaded by old wounds. But now I am placing upon your mind a fresh oil, the oil of clarity and stillness. You will notice that negative thoughts, once loud like a flock of black crows, will suddenly fall silent like darkness before dawn. Where there was disorder, there would be order. Where there was turbulence, there will be peace like a calm and unbroken surface of water. You will begin to see this. I am placing a belt of peace around your mind. This peace does not come from everything being easy, but from knowing you are standing on a foundation that cannot be shaken, the foundation of my word, my presence, and my hand holding you fast. You will sense a clarity within your thoughts, unlike anything you have known before. No more indecision pulling you in two directions. No more recurring questions draining your strength. No more situations that make you doubt yourself. Your mind will become like a field after rain, clean, fresh, vibrant, and ready to receive the seeds I sow. From the establishment of your mind, I will lead you into the establishment of your words. You will realize that you can no longer speak carelessly, not because you are restricted, but because your words now carry weight. What you speak will become like water, bringing healing or causing harm, opening pathways or closing them. Therefore, I am training your mouth to become an instrument of life. You will no longer speak from a place of wound, but from a place of healing. No longer from fear, but from conviction. No longer to prove yourself, but as one who understands that every word you release carries the resonance of heaven. My child, I am also establishing your heart. There have been many times when your heart felt like shattered glass reflecting distorted images of who you are. But now I am piecing every fragment together, not in the old way, but in a new one. No shard sharp enough to wound you or anyone else. Your heart will become a warm refuge, a place where others find comfort, a place where my word echoes like a morning song. The pain that once caused you to close your heart will now become the very thing that enables you to feel deeper compassion. You will love easily, not because you are fragile, but because you have grown strong enough to love without the fear of being hurt again. As your mind, your words, and your heart are established, you will naturally be established in the position I have set aside for you. For so long you have seen yourself as one standing on the outside, observing but unsure where to step in. You felt as though you belonged nowhere, not because you were inadequate, but because your true place had not yet been revealed. But from this chapter onward, you will step into the place where you belong without needing to knock, for I, myself, will open the door. You will sit in the seat I wrote your name upon long ago. No one else can take that place, for it was appointed for you. Those who once overlooked you will recognize the value you carry. Your words will be given honor. Your ideas will be heard. The work of your hands will begin to flow with unusual ease. Not because you suddenly became more capable, but because you are now standing in the right place, in the right season, in the right assignment I have ordained for you. And when you stand where you are meant to stand, all of heaven will stand behind you. You will become a place where others find direction. You will bring light into environments long covered in darkness. You will step into chaotic atmospheres and calm them. You will encounter troubled souls, and help them rediscover the peace they lost long ago. Not because you are strong, but because I am moving through you like water flowing through a riverbed, gentle yet unstoppable. My beloved, now that the foundations of your heart, your mind, and your words have been established quietly yet unshakably, I want to lead you into another part of this chapter, the part where your soul will perceive my protection in a way you have never understood before. The establishment cannot stand alone without protection beside it. And I, the one who formed you, not only place you where I have destined you to be, but surround you with a divine barrier so mighty that no force can break through. I know you have lived in a constant state of alertness, always watching, always guarding, always fearing that something bad might happen, simply because you have endured so many wounds. You have gone to sleep with weary eyes while your mind stays tense like a tightened string. You have done everything in your power to keep yourself safe, yet you never truly felt safe. You used logic to analyze experience, to defend, and silence to avoid being hurt, but all those measures were fragile fences built out of fear. Understand, this true protection does not come from what you build, but from me. When I protect it is not a fence made of brittle wood, but a wall of heavenly fire no arrow can pierce. When I protect it is not about avoiding pain, but about ensuring pain cannot destroy you. When I protect it is not about removing every challenge, but about going before you, beside you, and behind you, so that no challenge can surpass what I have placed within you. You will sense my protection in 3 distinct ways. First, I will protect your heart. The arrows that once pierced you easily will now fall away as though they cannot find a place to lodge. You will no longer be shaken by harsh words, no longer moved by unfair actions, no longer manipulated by the emotions of others. I will place a gentle oil upon your heart, causing every offensive thing that tries to cling to it to slide off like water on stone, not because you have become hardened, but because you are covered in my peace, a peace that leaves no place for invisible arrows to remain. Secondly, I will protect your mind. The streams of thoughts that once chased you like a pack of wild wolves will lose their power. I will remove the mental exhaustion that used to drain your strength. You will no longer wrestle with questions that repeat endlessly, no longer be haunted by situations that have not even happened, no longer be terrified by assumptions your own mind once created. I will place clarity upon your thoughts like a full moon reflecting on still water, bright, steady, quiet, untouched, even when the wind blows. Thirdly, I will protect your steps. You will walk without fearing traps. You will move forward without fearing the schemes of the enemy. You will gain a clear sense of where you should go, where you should avoid, whom you should keep close, and whom you should release. I will help you discern these things not through logic, but through the gentle leading of my spirit. You will find that the paths which once caused you to stumble will no longer have a grip on you. Doors not meant for you will close softly. The doors I have appointed for you will open without you having to knock loudly. My child, when my protection covers your life, the first thing you will feel is relief. Not the fleeting relief of a comfortable moment, but the deep relief of a soul that knows it is covered. You will see that the things which once kept you awake at night now look so small that you will wonder why you ever feared them. You will see that situations which once made you tremble now become opportunities for you to stand firm. You will see that memories which once tightened your chest will become nothing more than grains of sand falling from your hand. I protect you not because you are weak, but because you are significant in the work I am doing. Not only significant for yourself, but for those you will meet in the seasons ahead. I am protecting you from things that want to destroy the voice I placed within you, from things that want to suffocate the light I breathed into you, from things that want to disturb the heart I have healed, from things that want to steal the faith that is growing inside you. You do not know how many times you were protected without realizing it, because I did it silently, like a watchman standing in the shadows, so the enemy cannot see the light he carries. Protection comes alongside establishment, for I do not build anything upon a damaged foundation. I do not lead you into a new season while you are still trembling under old noise. I protect you so you can stand in wholeness. I protect you so you can recognize your worth. I protect you so you no longer live in avoidance, but live standing upright head, lifted confident that I am guarding your life. The protection I place on you will also become a refuge for others. They will look at the peace within you and discover hope. They will feel safe around you, not because you are strong, but because my radiance shines through you. Your peace will heal them. Your steadiness will strengthen them. Your gentleness will soothe them. You are not only protected, you are becoming a vessel carrying that protection to others. What is ahead will require strength from you, but not strength of your own strength I place within you. That is why I am tightening my hedge of protection around you even now, not to make you shrink back, but to help you rise. Not to make you fearful, but to help you step into the next chapter with quiet yet undeniable authority. My beloved, I want you to pause and recognize what is awakening in your soul, because the establishment and the protection I have placed upon you in the previous passages are not only meant to help you stand, they are the doorway into something entirely different, the doorway of spiritual authority. This authority is not the showy force of human strength, but a gentle yet profound power, steady and unshakable, born from my very presence moving within you. You have gone through years where all you could do was hold on to peace in the midst of storms, choosing silence instead of reacting kindness, instead of arguing moving forward, instead of retaliating, and those quiet but righteous choices have become the mark I use to lift you to a new stature. From that deep inner maturity, you will no longer act as someone who is wounded, but as someone who carries a mission. The season of timidity has closed, not because I want you strong by the world's definition, but because the deepest places within you have been healed, supported, and fortified by me. You will no longer walk as one seeking acceptance, but as one who knows they have already been accepted by me. The noise of the world will no longer draw you into confusion, for you now know how to hear my voice in the stillness. Unsteady emotions will no longer drag you into dark corners, for your roots have been anchored in the truth I planted within you. And from this steadiness I place upon you an authority, unmatched, an authority not found in titles, positions, or applause, but in the identity I have established in you. The first step of authority is firmness in identity. You have lived through seasons where you did not recognize yourself, when the reflection in the mirror looked like a stranger, when you felt invisible, when you believed you had nothing to offer. But now I am opening the eyes of your spirit to see an entirely different truth. You were never as insignificant as you once thought. You were created to be a living evidence of my kindness and my power, and from this day forward you will feel a gentle but undeniable confidence rising within you, a confidence that allows you to stand tall without striving, speak truth without trembling, and walk forward without seeking permission from the ghosts of your past. You will carry a soft majesty, not a majesty that seeks attention, but one that draws attention simply because of the peace you carry. Next, I place within you a new strength of spirit. This strength does not come from determination or willpower, but from healing. The fears that once bound you will fall away like chains broken apart. The memories that once frightened you in the night will lose their grip. The judgments that once shook your heart will fade like distant echoes, swept away by the wind. You will not forget what you have been through, but you will know they are no longer burdens. They are proof that I brought you out of darkness. From that strength, a new courage will begin to rise, a quiet courage flowing like a hidden stream within you. You will dare to go places you once feared. You will dare to do things you once thought impossible. You will dare to speak words you once could not find the strength to say. Not because you have become great, but because I have become great within you. Finally, I place within you a spiritual sharpness, not a wavering intuition, but a clear discernment born of my spirit. This sharpness will help you recognize what comes from me and what comes from old fear, what is true guidance and what is simply noise, what leads to life and what leads to dead ends, what shines with surface beauty and what truly carries my light. You will sense what is right before your eyes see it. You will recognize what is true before your ears hear it. From this point on, you will avoid wrong paths, dangerous sweetness, doors that are not yours, unhealthy connections and invitations that do not come from me. You will walk in a clarity you never imagined you could possess. My child, when these three elements, steadfastness in identity, strength in spirit, and sharpness in discernment, come together as one, you will step into the authority I have given you long before you understood the meaning of destiny. This authority is not loud, yet it carries weight. It does not need arguments, yet it silences darkness. It does not seek display, yet it moves hearts. You will become a vessel of healing simply through your presence. You will bring peace into chaotic places without effort. You will stand in the midst of storms like an unshakable pillar for others to lean on. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere simply by carrying a gaze filled with understanding. You will bring hope into closed hearts, and they will not know why they suddenly feel lighter, warmer, softer within. This is the mark of heavenly authority, an authority not given by anyone but placed by me, one that no one can steal and none can compare with, for it was crafted specifically for you. And I tell you this, as you step into the next chapter, this authority will not merely help you stand. It will lift you to soar in the way I ordained before you were formed in your mother's womb. You have walked far enough to begin seeing the light of what lies ahead, and my beloved child, what comes next is more radiant than anything you could ever imagine. My child, I want you to feel that the light I am placing upon you is not only meant to guide your steps, but to transform everything you touch. This stage is unlike any you have gone through before. This is no longer the season of quiet preparation or hidden lessons behind hardship, but the season in which everything I sowed in you begins to flow outward with a strength and gentleness far beyond your imagination. You will see clearly that what I am doing in you is not only for your soul, but for the places I will lead you to, for the encounters that are about to unfold, for the doors opening before you, and for the movements of heaven that you are being invited to participate in. I want you to understand this in this season. Revelation is not merely the light that helps you understand yourself. It is the light that shines through you to illuminate others. You have traveled a long road learning to discern my voice among many others, learning to keep your heart tender even when wounds came, learning to stand firm when the world around you seemed to collapse. These lessons did not only beautify your soul, they made you someone who can carry hope into places where it has long been extinguished. You may not recognize it at first, but soon you will see that simply by being present, the atmosphere shifts. Heavy air becomes gentle. Despair quiets down. Reconciliation finds a doorway. Comfort seeps into places you once believed were beyond healing. All this happens not because you try to force anything, but because I am moving through a soul I have healed and taught with my own hands. The revelation I give you will not remain at the level of awareness or feeling. It will become an experience. Once you merely heard about my guidance, now you will see it unfold before your eyes. Once you learned to believe that I open doors, now you will walk through doors that open with such precision that you will know for certain you could not have arranged them yourself. Once you prayed for confirmation, now you will receive it through tiny details no one else would call coincidence. You will witness strange alignments, moments where my word echoes the instant you need it, people arriving at the perfect time and paths becoming clear, though they were once fogged in uncertainty. This is how I show you that you are no longer walking in the path of guesswork, you are walking in the path of divine orchestration. This is also the season in which I draw you deeper into communion with me. You will feel yourself pulled closer, not through pressure, but through gentle longing. You will find joy in quiet moments with me, in ways you once did not understand. My word will become alive to you, not as ink on a page, but as breath touching your soul. You will recognize my presence not only in prayer, but in every step you take, in the rise and fall of your breath, in the rhythm of your heartbeat, in the eyes of those I send to you, in the peace that fills the room when you simply sit. Open your heart to me. This communion will no longer be something you strive to maintain. It will become what your soul desires, what it longs to return to each day, what feels like home. My child, when this communion deepens, I will lead you into a kind of understanding many have heard of, but few have truly experienced the understanding of divine timing. You will not only know what is right, but you will know when it is right. You will sense the gentle stirring within when I want you to advance. You will discern that my silence is not distance, but an invitation to stand still. You will recognize when to move, when to wait, when to speak, and when to listen. This is the wisdom reserved for those who have matured, for those I trust to carry a mission that is weighty yet light at the same time. During this stage, I will expand your influence quietly, not through echoes or applause, but through lasting impact. People will remember you not because you overwhelmed them, but because you brought them peace. Not because you displayed fierce strength, but because you carried humble authority. Not because you impressed them, but because you left an imprint. I will make you a reminder to many souls that light still exists in the darkest nights. You will be the one I use to restore faith in those who lost it. You will be the one who rekindles hope in those who have lived too long in despair. You will be the one who helps others find a reason to rise again. Do not forget, you accomplish none of this by your own strength. You are only the channel, I am the water. You are only the vessel, I am the life within it. You are only the messenger, I am the message. And as long as you keep your heart tender and humble, not seeking to be seen, I will reveal my glory through your life in ways that nothing can obscure. I am leading you into a season in which you will both receive and give, both walk and stand firm, both act and rest in my presence. This is the season of divine balance, where you are no longer pulled between extremes, but stand centered in the stability that comes from making me the center of everything you do. And from this stability, you will step into a time of harvest, where you will see fruit not only in your own soul, but in the lives of those you are sent to. My beloved child, I want you to pause for a moment and feel my own breath resting upon your soul. Not with noise or excitement, but with a stillness as deep as the calm waters of dawn. In that stillness, I want you to hear a truth heaven has long prepared for you to receive. At the right moment, you have crossed into a completely new season, and you will never return to who you once were, not even in thought. My child, this is not the end. This is the crossing point between all I have taught you and all I am about to reveal through you. You have walked through deserts to learn to trust me in lack, through valleys to learn to hear me in darkness, through storms to learn to stand when everything seemed to crumble, and through seasons of silence to learn to find me in the crucinsif. Smallest of details. These were not separate chapters. They were layers of preparation for this very day, the day I complete the shaping of your identity, so you may step into the unfolding of the purpose I wrote for you before time began. Now you do not merely know me, you understand me. You do not merely believe me, you recognize my footsteps. You do not merely ask of me, you have become part of my work on this earth. I will lead you into a new kind of maturity, one that does not come from knowledge or experience, but from the harmony between my will and your heart. You will no longer wonder whether I am with you. for you will sense my presence like the very air surrounding you, gentle, undeniable. You will no longer question whether you are hearing my voice correctly, for my voice within you will flow like a stream that never runs dry. You will no longer worry about stepping in the wrong direction, for my hand will guide you with such certainty that your soul will rest in an extraordinary peace. From this day forward, you will understand what divine fullness truly means. Not fullness in possessions or recognition, but fullness in spirit, where you no longer search for strength outside yourself because I am the source within you, where you no longer depend on human approval because my affirmation is enough, where you no longer strive in your own effort because my grace will operate like a quiet but persistent current, carrying you through places you once believed you could never reach. This fullness will deliver you from living in fear of loss and bring you into the confidence that everything you need will arrive at the right time, in the right way, and in the right measure, because I am the provider who never fails. You have been repositioned. You no longer stand in the land of waiting, but in the land of unveiling. What you once saw only from a distance is now drawing near. What you once heard only through promises is about to become your lived experience. What once existed only as vision within you is beginning to take shape before your eyes. You will recognize this when you walk into situations where even you are surprised by your composure, when you stand in places you once thought beyond your ability, when you speak words you never imagined you could speak, and when you move with a confidence that can only be explained by the movement of my spirit through you. The words you speak in this season will become light for the generations after you. The choices you make will form pathways for people who may never meet you, but will be blessed because of your obedience. The things you build will not fade with time, for I will breathe life into them so they continue bearing fruit beyond your lifetime. My child, I am making you a point of convergence for divine currents, where the promises of the past meet the faithfulness of the present and open the way for the glory of the future. In this season, I will teach you what it means to walk as one who carries fire. Not the fire of anger or display, but the fire of purity, wisdom, compassion, and endurance. This fire will push back darkness, dissolve deceit, weaken fear, elevate truth, and bring warmth to weary souls. When you enter a place, it will not be you changing the atmosphere, but the flame I placed within you shifting everything around it. And this flame will never go out, for it does not come from you, but from me, the one whose fire never extinguishes. Some things will arrive swiftly like a strong wind, and others will come softly like morning dew. Some doors will open so suddenly that you will be left in awe, and others will require your patience as you take faithful, quiet steps forward. I want you to remember that while the pace may shift, my purpose does not. I always lead you to places that are better, deeper, steadier, and more radiant. If you see no movement, do not assume I am silent. I am laying the foundation. If everything moves faster than you can fully grasp, do not assume you are being swept away. It is I bringing you into the new momentum of heaven, and now you are ready. Not because you are perfect, but because you have been transformed. Not because you know everything, but because you have learned to rely on me. Not because you are strong, but because I am strong within you. You have completed the season of preparation. You have learned the lessons of waiting. You have passed through the refining of fire. You have stepped into the discernment of light. And from this point on, you will walk in the full unveiling of the purpose I entrusted to you. You will illuminate the places where you stand, heal the places you touch, awaken hope wherever you appear, and leave the imprint of my presence upon every step you take. My beloved child, walk forward, lift your head, open your heart, hold your faith firm, live as one who belongs to me. From this moment, you will no longer walk as someone searching for something, but as someone who has found the home of their soul in me. You will never be alone again. I go before you. I stand beside you. I guard behind you. And I cover you with my presence now and forevermore. Thank you for listening to today's message. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so we may continue receiving living words together, building an unshakable faith and walking in the boundless love of God. Amen.